Hello, and welcome to another Tuesday night with the doctors. I'm Dr. Andre. This is Prophetess Dr. Pam.
Hello.
We just want to welcome you all tonight to our discussion.
Welcome.
We see that you are already joining. Numbers are great. And so make sure you share, let everyone know that the doctor's on the air and that we will be getting into our conversation in just a moment.
Yes.
All right, Prophetess, you got anything you want to say?
Well, just welcome tonight. We have some very encouraging word for you, something that you can take and use for anything and everything and in every area of your life.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what Tuesday nights is about. Tuesday nights is about sharing some practical information that you can use spiritually, secularly, in business, in life, in relationships. It really doesn't matter.
Very true.
But it's some good principles, sound knowledge that you can actually take advantage of. So I'm excited tonight about the word we're going to share with you. And I'm trusting and hoping that it's an absolute blessing and it'll assist you in your life in ways that you need assistance so you can go to new levels or wherever you desire to go.
Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We won't be with you all that long tonight, just a brief discussion, but let's get at it.
All right. So tonight we'd like to encourage you to be consistent. Yeah, that's right. Consistent. Consistency is very important in life for a lot of different reasons. And we're going to talk about that tonight, some of the advantages of being consistent. First off, we want to share with you our definition of what the word consistent means. Consistent is a person who behaves and has the same attitude towards people or things as a matter of principle and constantly achieves steady success.
Steady success. All right. So that's a great definition. I'm sure you guys understand what that means. And it's like sometimes we talk about subjects, but listen, think about this. Some subjects are kind of abstract in their very makeup or meaning. And so, but what we want you to see is some things in life have intangible benefits attached to them. So like if somebody were to ask you, hey, what do you get for being punctual? You might not have a clear understanding of how to explain what you get, but you just know there are some intangible benefits for being punctual, right? So that's just an example. So this is one of those, like being consistent. What do you get from being consistent? We want to share with you some of those tangible benefits that come from being consistent so that you don't look at it just like, okay, it's just one of those things. No, it's something that you should practice on purpose because there are very clear benefits to it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, there are definitely benefits and advantages to being consistent.
That's right.
That you can readily and easily see and
in your life,
and
right?
Recognize an advantage from.
Absolutely.
So number one of the advantages to being consistent is people know what to expect from you. So when you're consistent, you develop this character that's consistent, that's constant, that's steady, that's reliable, that's dependable, that's trustworthy, and that is invaluable because when people know that you the same all the time and they can rely on you, you become very valuable to your companies and your families and your churches, wherever you're operating or working or volunteering or assisting. Your life becomes extremely valuable because you're the type of person that people can rely on.
That's right. If you think about it, why do they check credit? To see if they can rely on you, if they can depend on you, to see so when your credit score is good, they know what to expect from you.
That's right.
This person is not going to stop paying their bills after building up this good name all these years.
Yes.
So consistency, that's why they check your credit score. That's why character references are very valuable because it's just one of them things. When you're consistent and people know what to expect from you, you get opportunities that people that's wishy-washy don't never get. That's just one of the tangible benefits.
There are a lot of offers that come to people for jobs, for promotions, business opportunities, investment opportunities, because that person has displayed consistent, reliable, dependable character.
Yes.
So number one is an advantage for being consistent. People know what to expect from you.
Yes.
Number two, you deliver higher quality results.
Right. So think about that. So when something is done consistently, the results that you produce are higher quality and consistent over a period of time. So think about it. If you were driving on a long highway trip and you saw, the Golden Arches on one side of the road and Joe's Greasy Spoon on the other side of the road and you're hungry and tired, which one would you go to? Even if you don't like McDonald's, there's something about the comforting glow of them golden arches because you know at least it's going to be consistent, right? You know what you're going to get. You know what it's going to be like, right? So those results, the reason why the food can taste the same every time is because when you're consistent, you can deliver a deliberate result. And that becomes valuable and people rely on that. And it'll get you business, it'll get you relationships, it'll get you opportunities. So consistency is very important for that very reason.
It is. And delivering higher quality results, to add to that, is also like everything is not equal. You know, some things are cheaply made, some things are made with greater care and greater quality. And so a consistent person is more apt to give better quality as opposed to a lesser quality of things. So that's that's why people who are consistent are very, very valuable.
Oh, look, that's just like, have you ever been to a restaurant before and you went there because you had something that was just like slamming? It was like, wow, I got to go back and get this. And the next time you go look at it, get it, it don't even look the same. Like, what is this? This ain't what I ordered. See, so the quality, the inconsistency also means lower quality production and results. So that's a very good reason to be consistent.
Yes. And then number 3, you are efficient and have better results. And that's because if you're constantly doing something, you recognize the flaws. You recognize if the system isn't working. You recognize if there needs to be tweaks along the way. How can you be more efficient? How can you budget better and make more and spend less? And so one of those advantages of being consistent is that you're more efficient and you have better results.
That's right. That's right. And the only thing I'll add to that is this. Inefficiency costs you money.
Yes, it does.
It costs you time. Inefficiency can cost you relationships. So consistency is a good way to make sure you're not losing money just from being inefficient and when you do things, right?
Yes. Number 4, you can measure success and progress easier when you are consistent, because what consistency does, it creates a track record where you can document and you can log your behavior, you can log your results, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you naturally would get better at it, more efficient at it. You'll be able to measure it. You'll be able to know, well, I could do better. We're doing this extremely well. If we want to do better than this, we're going to have to set another goal. So that's another great thing about the advantage of being consistent. You can measure your success and your progress.
Yeah. And think about it. Let's say you run a business, right? And you're inconsistent. How can you measure your real progress when one month you did okay, one month you didn't? You don't know if it's the business or you or just the inconsistency, right? So it's hard to even measure consistency. Measure success without some kind of constant measure being applied to what you do, right? So that's very important, not only just in business, but in your personal life. How do you know how successful you are if nothing you do is consistent? Right? So very important.
That's so good, because if you pay your bills on time consistently for a year, and then you just get a big bright idea, I'm not going to do it again, then how can you know if your consistency really changed your buying power? If you don't stay the course for 3, 4, 5 years, by that time it'll be a habit, and we know what that'll produce.
Yeah, it will. Now, see, that's great. Think about this. You can watch this. Let's say, for instance, you have a credit score that gets you a 7% interest rate. All right. And somebody else has a credit score that gets them a 3% interest rate. All right, watch this. You both go and borrow $100,000 to buy a house, let's say. The person with 3%, their payment is going to be $300 a month. Your payment is going to be $700 a month for the same exact amount of money, paid off over the same exact period of time. You're going to pay an extra $400 a month more than them just because you haven't been consistent paying your bills. Just think about that. So your money is worth more when you are consistent.
Yes.
All right.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Number 5, one of the advantages to being consistent is you identify areas for improvement quicker.
Oh yeah, that's great.
See, because when you're consistent, you have, like I said, you can log your behavior, you can log your performance, you can log the principles you use or the methods that you use
Yes,
or the
that's really
strategies that you use.
Mhm.
And so you can find out quicker how to improve things because you have a track record. Say you've been doing it for 3 months consistently. That's 90 days. Wow. In 90 days, you can tell a lot. You can tell a lot about a thing in 90 days.
Absolutely. I used to tell when I used to teach my daughter golf, you know, and she went on to play golf in college. She's a really good golfer, but one of the problems I had with her was I would try to get her to do one thing 100 times so we could get a good measure of what it was like. She didn't like to do that, you know. So when you do something over and over again,
Mhm.
you really can measure a lot
Mhm.
better.
Yes.
You know, when you be consistent with something, you can tell if you need to make an adjustment
Yes.
or not. So
Yes.
that's really important.
That's really important.
Mhm.
And last but not least for tonight, the last advantage for being consistent is you are more successful in achieving your goals. And this is because people who are consistent, they already have a track record of constantly attacking something,
Mhm.
constantly checking
Yes.
something,
All the
constantly
time.
pursuing to hit the mark about certain things. So they have behavior that's habitual in being conscious of where they're going. And so
Yes.
they are all automatically in line to experience success in reaching any goals that they set because
That's really good.
consistency is the behavior that's necessary to reach a goal. I say that again. Consistency is the behavior that's necessary to reach a goal. And I
That
like
is
that.
good. That's beautiful.
And I practice that. And that's one of the things that I really get excited about because I don't like to get into things and not know which principles, which practices, which habits, which methods I'm going to use because then I won't be able to measure my success. But
That's
once
good.
I lock down my method, once I lock down my
That's
strategy,
really
once
good.
I put together my plan, it's on and I'm off and running. And I know that goal is good as done.
Wow.
And you will too.
Enough said. I don't need to add nothing to that. That's beautiful. That's so true what you said because you know if you go to do something, why wouldn't you want to know
Mhm.
how to measure?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you want to know? You
That's
see,
right.
and so you don't want to. I don't ever want to go do anything without already thinking about what success principle I'm going to use up front.
Mhm.
So that's when we can always listen. If you don't have any other skills, anything, this one thing you can do.
That's good.
You can
Doc.
say,
That's
I'm
a
going to
good
at least be
statement.
consistent.
Wow, that's
See,
powerful.
you,
Yes.
you can do that. And that's
Yes.
that's a success principle that'll work,
Yeah.
even if you don't have a lot of other skills.
That's right.
So listen, we just wanted to
That is
encourage you
so
tonight.
good.
We wanted to encourage you tonight. Be consistent.
Yes.
When you drop in on Tuesday nights to share these little moments with us, make sure you take away from it something that you can apply, something that you can practice,
Mhm.
and take these serious. I mean, at least go practice it.
Yes.
You know, tell yourself, you know, I'm going to go practice doing something consistently for 30 days,
Yes.
just so I can come back and tell the doctors, hey, when I listened to you guys that Tuesday night,
Uh-huh.
I went and practiced it, and this was my results. And we
Yes.
would love to hear that
Yes,
from
we
you
would
all.
love to hear
When
that.
we have these little talks, we want
Yes.
to hear back from you guys
That's right.
because we're not on here just teaching you stuff that this stuff we know works,
And we use
and
it.
we use it
Yes,
ourselves.
I use it.
It's always good to see when it's working in other people's lives.
Yes.
So just try it for 30 days. Don't be consistent in something.
Yes.
Pick one thing, just see what happens, right? And let us know. All
All
right.
right.
Well, God bless you all. We love you guys.
Yes.
What a privilege and an honor just to be with you all tonight.
Yes.
And so we will be at the embassy Sunday at 11
We'll be back tomorrow.
tomorrow. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got it.
Retain the rain.
I skipped over. Man, I'll tell you something about tomorrow night.
Yes.
at 7 o'clock.
7:30.
7:30. We will be right here on Retain Terrain. Man, we got
Yes.
an awesome word for you guys tomorrow too.
Mhm.
Make sure you tune in. Tell all your friends, family to be there because this word you don't want to miss. We're going to be adding to what you learned on Sunday. And listen, you don't want to miss this one. All right. God bless you guys. We love you all.
And
Go
go
with
with grace.